beauty of the management world is that it keeps evolving. Some of the concepts which were alien to us a few years back now are part and parcel of our life. And one such word is coaching. What is coaching? What is it about? Is it the same as training? Does it really work? Does coaching mean I have some problem? Is it the same as therapy and counseling? If you have any such questions, come and explore the answers with me in TRG Learn Fest Day 2, and the program is Coaching for Excellence. We will talk about science and art of coaching. So I hope to see you there. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Aruj Mazhar. I am speaking from Toronto, and I'm Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Aruj Mazhar. I am speaking from Toronto, and I'm super excited to talk about TRG Learn Fest 2020. TRG Learn Fest has always been very, very special to me. उसमें कोई खास बात होती थी हर साल, एक कोई कार्निवल वाली फील होती थी. So many speakers under one roof, access to learning का मेला लग जाता था एक तरह से. And this year, during the infamous 2020 COVID times, I think TRG has pivoted in a wonderful way, and there is something almost surreal, and there is like the good kind of global happening here with global range of trainers and facilitators and learning specialists coming together. So it's the more than 75 speakers, 5 days of content. There's panel discussion, there's expert discussions, there's learning sessions. I think the theme is so apt, and it shows the resilience of the learning industry in trying to come together to learn tools, to share best practices, and to steer the way forward for what is the new normal going to be in the learning industry. I am excited to talk for the first time on a slightly different subject this time, and it is on day 1. I'm going to talk about boundaries. How do you, in a world where basically there are no boundaries, I'm going to be there as a speaker, there are so many other international speakers, boundaries कम होती जा रही हैं, लेकिन हमें अपनी boundaries कैसे professional boundaries रखनी है so that we can work better, we can lead better, we can thrive better. So what are boundaries at work like? How do we incorporate them? And some practical tips and perhaps exercises. So I hope to see you there. If you haven't subscribed, if you haven't registered, please do so right now. August 10th to 15th, happening from Karachi, but everywhere. So there's no bounds. Let's reconnect with each other, and I hope to see you there.
Wellness is a complete integration of body, mind, and spirit. The realization that everything we do, think, and feel and believe has an effect on our state of well-being. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Zen Goplani, and I'm going to be there at TRG Learn Fest Digital 2020 on day 2 as we talk about embracing wellness and living positive. I look forward to welcoming you all, and my workshop is from 3 p.m. to 3:45 p.m. on day 2. For more details, you can visit the website www.trg.org.pk. I look forward to seeing you there.
It is said, when the only tool you have is a hammer, every problem becomes a nail. And one size does not necessarily fit all. Designing your digital transformation, but is it human-centric? Great technology, but does it even address the needs, pain points, and emotional experience of your users, customers, and even employees? Hi, my name is Noman Nasrullah from Funworks Global. Join me in my program, An Introduction to Human-Centered Design, where we would discuss your digital strategy, but through a human-centered lens, using design thinking principles. See you there.
Hi, this is Asma. I'm transformational change consultant based in the UK. I'm coming to TRG LearnFest Digital 2020. My session is about, are you ready for digital transformation? By which I mean, is your organization ready for digital transformation? So this session will cover all the key questions around what really digital transformation is all about, and how you can actually reap the maximum benefits out of it. What are the challenges involved? So my session is actually underpinned by the learning and insights driven from my consulting experience here in the UK, as well as my lecturing experience. So if you're interested, please come and join and register you at trg.org.pk. Thank you. See you all there. Bye.
Hi, Assalamu alaikum. I am JJ, Jamil Janjwa from TCS of Tara. And no, I'm not a speaker on this occasion of LearnFest 2020. But I would like to take opportunity to thank all those young people at Torque, with the special reference to Mayor Jaliwala, Sarah Mashood, Hamad, and all those other young people with them in their team, who have put together this large buffet of training. I think these young people have raised the standards of presentation of LearnFest, which has been occurring in the past many years. But this is the first time that we see such a large number of trainers involved. And that is why my request to you is to acknowledge their efforts and acknowledge their initiative, acknowledge the fact that they have put in a lot of work to raise the standards by coming over and presenting yourself and registering for this LearnFest 2020. This is the first time that I've seen that such great marketing has been done for this, and it would be not fair if we would not respond accordingly. The other reason that I would request you to be also registering is to pay tribute to some of our trainers, some of our leading in the forefront in the training industry, who have passed away and are no more with us, but they were instrumental in creating this industry and giving respect to the training and the trainers. In memory that comes to me is Mr. Mia Ghani of PSTD, and then we have Mr. Azhar Iqbal Mir of AI Mir, Ramiz Alawala of Aptara, Zarar Zubair of PIM, Nadeem Chauhan of School of Leadership, and we need to sort of acknowledge and pay tribute to them by registering in this program, LearnFest 2020. And all you have to do is a simple, small effort on your part is to go to www.trg.org.pk and register and pay tributes to these heroes of the training industry, and also to the heroes of Torque and the current young lot of trainers. Please do so. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Fakhi Imran from Carnelian, and welcome to Coaching for Excellence. We have a 45-minute learning adventure, and in this learning adventure, what are we going to do? Whenever you have to decode something or understand something, the best deal is to ask a couple of questions, and that is exactly what we would do today. What, why, and how? What is coaching? How is it different from therapy? How is it different from like counseling and all? And iska why kya hai, significance kya hai, why is this more effective, और इसका हाउ वाला पार्ट क्या है. आपके पास स्क्रीन पे अभी आई थिंक सो प्रेजेंटेशन भी, इसकी स्लाइड डेक भी आना शुरू हो जाएगा. उमर, अगर आप स्लाइड डेक जरा इसका खोल दें, and then we will start from there as well. Okay, so good. The beauty, okay. So we will move to the next third slide, slide number 3. Yes, what, why, and how. As I said, okay, one thing which usually I'm very interested in is stories. So यहाँ पे भी मैं जो start करूँगी, I would like to start with a story. And which होती है ना, opening line of any story is once upon a time. So once upon a time, there was a king, very, very happy king, nicely, happily he used to live with his wife, rule the empire which he had. Everything was going for him. And then one certain day, his wife, she gets sick. And then she dies. अब जब वो उसकी बीवी जो है, जो queen जो है, जब वो मर जाती है, तो उसके बाद king was devastated. So for many days, he was like really upset. But then, the life goes on. So he picked up, he collected himself, he moved on, and he continued ruling the empire he had. And since he didn't have any children and he didn't remarry as well, so when he was getting old, he was very, very worried that, okay, fine, जब मैं यहाँ से चला जाऊंगा तो मेरे पीछे ये जो पूरी की पूरी मेरी kingdom है, इसका कौन ख्याल रखेगा? So that was one of the main worries he had. Now what he thought कि मैं कहाँ से, किस तरह से नया king जो है उसको select करूँ? What should be the evaluation criteria? So one day what happens, he goes for, a little stroll, जा रहा होता है, अपने पूरी kingdom का visit कर रहा होता है, and he comes across a huge sinkhole. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड पे आ जाएगा जरा. ह्यूज सिंक होल पे आ जाता है. अब जहां वो सिंक होल पे आता है, एंड दैट गेव हिम एन आइडिया, एंड ही वाज लाइक, ओके, दिस इज व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू डू. सो व्हाट ही डज, he announces anyone and everyone whoever is interested, and whoever thinks that I'm eligible to be the king, please come and be here around this sinkhole on so and so date. So वो जो डेट देते हैं, उस डेट पे सारे लोग पहुंच जाते हैं. अब जब सब लोग पहुंच जाते हैं, तो किंग वॉज वेरी एक्साइटेड कि आज जो है एटलीस्ट आई विल फाइंड आउट कि नेक्स्ट किंग जो है वो कौन है, मेरा सक्सेसर कौन है. सो ही वाज वेरी हैप्पी टू सी ऑल दीज हंड्रेड्स ऑफ पीपल ओवर देयर, एंड ही स्टार्टेड इंटरव्यूइंग. द क्वेश्चन वाज वेरी सिंपल. द क्वेश्चन वाज, ओके, देयर इज दिस मैसिव सिंक होल, just tell me, what should I do with it? Now, different people came up with different bright ideas. You can fill it up with stones, you can fill it up with water, you can make a bridge over it, or, you can make a wall around it. So all kind of ideas. अब king ideas सुन रहा है, and साथ ही साथ he's getting frustrated as well, because that's not what he was expecting. And towards the end, by the end of the day, evening tak, he was really lost, and he's like, okay, this exercise is futile, it's fruitless, kuch nahi nikal ke aayega. So jab almost bilkul towards the end tha, to there was this poor boy. So the people around him, king ke jo log the, wo us poor boy ko leke aate hain, and they say ke this poor boy has a solution for you as well. So the king was very skeptical. He looks at him and he's like, lean back, and he's like, acha ye kya keh dega? So he asked this boy, okay, fine, you think that you should be the king, tell me, what should I do with this sinkhole? Kya karna chahiye? The boy looks at him and he's like, why do anything? When he says why do anything, the king straightens up aur seedha hoke baith jata hai, and he's like, why did you say that? And the boy was like, how can I tell you what you should do with this sinkhole until or unless I know what you want, what your intentions are? Until or unless I know that why part कि आप क्या चाहते हैं, how can I give you a suggestion? And the king was, yeah, this is the guy. That's the guy who's going to be the next king. Because abhi tak jitne bhi log aa rahe the, all these people were giving me solutions, the solutions which I didn't even see. And straight away aate saath hi koi na koi mashwara de dete hain. And that's not what I wanted. I wanted somebody to explore explore it as well. And that's how the king decided. Why am I sharing this story with you over here? Because this is exactly how coaching is. When I usually go for coaching, people say, oh, acha, so you would tell us, you will guide us, aap hame batayengi. That's not what coaching is about. Coaching is actually about exploring. जिसको अगर आप कहते हैं, to make the other person think. अगर आप देखें आपकी स्लाइड पे भी, अभी आपकी स्क्रीन पे भी एक स्लाइड हम दिखाएंगे, and there in that slide, उमर, that slide number, next slide जो है, अगर आप इस स्लाइड को देखें, what is happening? There is this water, still water. And still water has potential energy, which means there is a lot of energy hidden over there. And it's not visible. But the moment you throw a stone in that still water, what happens? It starts creating ripples. And all that potential energy, it turns into kinetic energy. That is what coaching is all about. It starts with this belief of the coach that yes, the person has potential. And all what a coach needs to do is to turn that potential energy into the kinetic energy. And how does that do? The coach does that simply by throwing a stone. अब ये stone क्या है? ये stone है question. Make them think. The core or the essence of coaching is not to give solutions or not to give ideas or suggestions. It's primarily to enable the other person to think through the problem and find solutions on his or her own. इसको कहते हैं stimulate the thinking process. That is all what coaching is about. So यही चीजें आगे हम जाके इसको फर्दर डिस्कवर भी करते हैं. अब एक क्वेश्चन जो मेरे साथ अक्सर पूछा जाता है, जी हाउ इज कोचिंग डिफरेंट देन थेरेपी? ये तो दोनों एक ही बातें लग रही हैं. या इफ यू आस्क समबडी कि you should go for coaching, the instant reaction is, oh, is there something wrong with me? There is nothing wrong with you. If we world over look at it, coaching is a very, very progressive discipline to go towards the goal. Difference क्या है coaching में, counseling में, mentoring में? Because these are the words, until or unless I did my training and all that, I was also, confused and मैं overlap कर जाती थी इन सारों को. इनमें difference क्या है? Let's explore that on the next slide as well. हमें एक दफा वो science इसकी समझ आ जाएगी तो all will be clear. अच्छा, if you look at this slide, you would see on the horizontal line में आप देखेंगे कि कोई भी issue हो, any issue has two aspects. Either we focus on the problem or we focus on the solution. So this is one end of it. And if you look at the vertical axis talks about the approaches. There is one approach where you tell, like, there is this person who has more knowledge, so the guidance flows from the more guidance to the other one. And the other approach is to ask, probe, explore, find out. So we keep these four, and in keeping this grid, we will find out the difference between mentoring, coaching, and काउंसलिंग. पहली चीज जो हम बात करते हैं, जो पे आप देखें, जब हम कभी बीमार भी होते हैं, एनी टाइम वी आर सिक, या हम जाते हैं डॉक्टर के पास, या इफ आई टॉक अबाउट माई सेल्फ एज वेल, वी आर कंसल्टेंट्स का काम क्या होता है? पीपल गो टू कंसल्टेंट्स, दे टेल देम दैट ओके आई हैव दिस प्रॉब्लम, बी इट मैनेजमेंट और बी इट अ मेडिकल कंसल्टेंट और अ डॉक्टर. they would come to you, they would tell you that okay, this is the issue, engagement का issue है, या कंपनी के रेवेन्यूज अच्छे नहीं हो रहे, या अगर कोई डॉक्टर है और उसके पास जाते हैं और उसको कहते हैं कि मेरे पेट में दर्द है और ये सिम्टम्स हैं. सो यू टेल दीज थिंग्स, यू टेल द प्रॉब्लम, एंड देन ही गिव्स यू अ सॉल्यूशन. दैट इज व्हाट वी कॉल कंसल्टिंग. सो द फोकस इज ऑन द प्रॉब्लम and the approach is by telling. You are telling that person. उमर, इसको अगर आप एनिमेशन ऑन कर लेंगे तो ये सारा आ जाएगा इसके ऊपर. पहला वाला है कंसल्टिंग का. यहाँ से आगे जब हम मूव करते हैं, yes, the next one is counseling. How is consulting different from counseling approach? Again, counseling is that there is a problem which needs to be fixed. And what a counselor does, a counselor would ask you questions. It's like an onion, would peel one layer after another to find out the core. What is the core problem? Another angle, if you look at it, it's about past. There are two timelines. Problem is about the past, solution is about the future. So when you go to a counselor, like Fakiha, I say, okay, I have some relationship problems or whatever. So my counselor, what he would do will unpeel it, would ask me questions so that he or she could get the root cause and then offer a solution or maybe lead me to a solution. So that is what counseling is. Focused on the problem, how to solve it, and past wali timeline ke साथ चलता है. Third thing is what we call training. We हम trainers भी हैं, हम भी ये कर रहे होते हैं, and mentoring is also part of it. This is about future. That okay, Fakia is standing at point A and she wants to go to point B, and she consults with somebody कि okay fine, क्या skills चाहिए मुझे इसके लिए. Yeah, I would go to my mentor. My mentor is the person who's more knowledgeable, who has more experience, who I'm inspired by. So when I go to my mentor, I would sit quietly and I listen to him because I know that each word he or she is saying, there is some wisdom in it, and I would learn from that. So solution, but again telling कि यहाँ से mentor से flow कर रही है information और wisdom and mentee तक जा रही है. How is coaching different? Coaching is also about solutions, about future, that I'm standing at point A and I want to go to point B. But the coach, how the coach is different from mentor, coach will not tell you how you're going to go. Coach will ask you, okay, how are we going to go there? What are the issues? What are these different bricks which we are going to place over here? Like abhi dekhe Karachi mein, especially people who are from Karachi, they would know that, there was this insane rain in Karachi, so there was water all around. And you know what people would do, like I went to my friend's place the other day, so बहुत सारा पानी था, तो वो क्या करते हैं कि bricks रख देते हैं छोटी छोटी, so that you could reach from one end to another. That is exactly how coaching works as well, where you are standing to where you want to go, and you put these small bricks over there. But how do you put these small bricks? By asking questions. What do you want? What would you like to do? How far can you stretch? What actions can you take? So the difference between coaching and mentoring is, in mentoring, the mentor is kind of driving the process. In coaching, the beauty is this, and that is what people usually think, that maybe perhaps coach is driving the process. That's the coaching. The driving seat, it is just like, जैसे I usually give example of the coach. जैसे जो coach होती है ना, coaster होती है, coach भी बिल्कुल यही काम करता है. Coaster का काम क्या है, या van का काम क्या है? To take you, from point A and to, take you to point B. जैसे मैं कराची में बैठी हूँ और कराची से मुझे लाहौर जाना है, तो coach will pick me from Karachi and take me to Lahore. Okay. एग्जैक्टली इसी तरह से जो कोचेस होते हैं मैनेजमेंट के, वो भी ये करते हैं कि आपको एक पॉइंट से आपकी एग्जिस्टिंग डेस्टिनेशन से उठाते हैं और डिजायर्ड तक लेके जाते हैं. बट व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस इन द अप्रोच? दे आस्क यू. नाउ द क्वेश्चन ओवर हियर इज व्हाई आस्किंग? बिकॉज व्हेन यू आस्क, द ब्रेन साइंस, the brain science says कि ये जो डिब्बा है हमारा, it has all the solutions in it. So if you could conceive a problem, there is a great tendency that you can have a solution as well. So that's how counseling, mentoring, coaching are different from each other. So ये तो सबसे पहले we wanted to establish that. अच्छा जी, यहाँ से आगे चलते हैं. अब अगली चीज जो हमने एक्सप्लोर करनी है, अगली स्लाइड पे जाके हम उसको देखेंगे, वो है न्यूरोसाइंस ऑफ कोचिंग. You see, I'm a trainer. I've been training for quite some time now, and then I'm coaching as well. How is training or coaching different? Yeah, why coaching is more sustainable in terms of a change? वो change इतनी देर sustain कैसे करती है, क्यों होती है, उसकी न्यूरोसाइंस क्या है? अच्छा, उसकी न्यूरोसाइंस बड़ी सिंपल है. आपको मैं अगली स्लाइड पे एक छोटी सी चीज दिखाती हूँ, और आपने इसके बारे में just think about it, and that will, answer lots of questions. Most of you must be drivers. So there is an auto car and then there is a manual car. Manual car takes a lot of energy. You have to be very careful कि okay, इस speed पे मैंने ये वाला gear लगाना है और इतनी speed पे जाके gear change करना है. Auto is where you don't think, and you just, the speed, is going comfortably, and you don't have to worry about कि कब gear जो है वो change करने. हमारी जो habits होती है, कभी हमने habits के बारे में सोचा है? So comfortable, we never have to think about it. It just comes naturally to us because that is part of our auto system. जैसे गाड़ी की ट्रांसमिशन है, बिल्कुल इसी तरह से when we talk about our brain also work at two levels. यहाँ पे निदा का एक क्वेश्चन भी आया हुआ है, दिस इज माय प्रॉब्लम टू कंफ्यूज बिटवीन दीज फोर, सो आई होप आई आंसर्ड दैट, और अगर फिर भी कंफ्यूजन है तो आई विल कम बैक टू दैट टू. So we were talking about our brain as well. So our brain has two processes, manual and auto. Manual का मतलब है you have to be conscious. Auto का मतलब है this has become part of my system and I don't have to think about it. Example, if I go, when I drive from my home to my office, I can be lost in thought as well. I'm listening to music as well. You may be talking. वैसे मोबाइल पे बात नहीं करनी चाहिए ड्राइविंग के दौरान. But the thing is that you are not checking. You don't turn the Google map on because you know the way to your office. You will not check कि वो signal आ गया है. I have to take the right turn. You're not conscious that you may take a wrong turn. Why? Because that's the road which you have taken so many times, and now it has become part of your auto system. So without much thinking, it runs on its own. Okay. On the contrary, if I go to say a new place, and that place, a friend of mine has invited me. I mean, there is no harm in having wishful thinking. She has invited me for dinner, और मैं जो उसके घर पे पहली दफा जा रही हूँ, and I don't know the place, and she sent me an address. So first, मैं Google Map on करूँगी. अच्छा, फिर then I'll during my drive, I'm going to be very conscious. I'm going to be conscious of the fact that am I taking the right turn? कहीं मैंने कोई गलत सिग्नल तो नहीं ले लिया? मैं एड्रेस फॉलो कर रही हूँ या नहीं कर रही हूँ? यही बिल्कुल चलता है ब्रेन में भी. जैसे अगर आप देखें कोई भी नई चीज है, इसकी एक और एग्जांपल अगर आप देखें, एक्सरसाइज. यू नो व्हेन यू इफ यू से दैट यू नो आई विल स्टार्ट एक्सरसाइजिंग या वॉक, या मैं अपनी एग्जांपल दूं, जब शुरू में मैंने वॉक स्टार्ट की थी तो इट वाज इन दैट मैनुअल पार्ट ऑफ माय सिस्टम. I had to consciously make an effort to go for a walk. And every day I'll come up with excuses. नहीं फाके, आज तो बहुत काम किया, आज रेस्ट कर लो. You know, I'll give myself all these excuses. कि नहीं, आज किसी जरूरत नहीं है. But then you make a conscious effort, you pick up yourself, you go for a walk. If you do it over a period of time, say for a month or so, maybe more than 40 days, 50 days, 60 days, then it becomes part of your automatic system. Like now, when it's 6:30, I start feeling uncomfortable because I know I have to go for a walk. ये ब्रेन की एक सिंपल एनाटॉमी है. इसको हम फर्दर एक्सप्लेन करते हैं अपनी अगली स्लाइड के साथ जाके कि ब्रेन काम कैसे करता है. देखिए, ब्रेन की ब्यूटी ये है, ब्रेन इज एक्सट्रीमली लेजी. ठीक है ना, एक तो सबसे बड़ी बात है, उसको है ज्यादा काम ना करना पड़े, याद ना करना पड़े. सो इट स्टार्ट्स मेकिंग कनेक्शन विद थिंग्स. Like example, when I think of change, the first thing which comes in my head is, oh God, pain of change. COVID is a change. Wasn't it painful, or isn't it painful? It is still painful till now. So दूसरी चीज ये है कि I tell myself, I make a conscious effort and I tell myself कि यार पेन तो है, लेकिन इसके साथ साथ this is an opportunity as well. You know, it can turn into an opportunity as well. उमर नेक्स्ट वो कर दीजिएगा इसका एनिमेशन का. और this could be a growth opportunity. You know, the beauty is and that's interesting, you know, I mean, that's what I did a little research and I asked some people question as well, and I put that question forward to you as well. Tell me one thing in this world which could grow without changing. It's nature's process. So growth होगी ही तब जब change होगा. Even baby को आप देख लें, from an infant to a toddler to a child to an adult and then, you know, to an oldie, there are changes, and that's how you grow. Without change there is no growth. This is not my rule, this is universal law. So अब मेरे ज़हन में ये है कि change जो है वो pain है. So the moment I thought of change as pain, if you look at the screen, there is this one string which I attached, so it becomes a connection. Now I tell myself कि Fakiha, if you want to grow yourself, you know, if you want to move forward, then you have to embrace change because that is growth. So मैंने एक नया connection अपने ज़हन में बनाया, which is growth. Now every time, उमर आप इसको क्लिक करेंगे तो ये 3-4 दफा यही आएगा, जो लिंक है इसका. जब आप मैंने 3-4 दफा जब मैं इसके बारे में सोचती हूँ, ग्रोथ के बारे में, तो what you will see every time I think about growth, it keeps adding to that particular link. वो जो पतला सा string है, जितनी दफा मैं उसके बारे में सोचती जाऊंगी, वो string जो है वो, आप इसको जरा प्रेस कर दीजिएगा उमर, तो ये strong होता जाएगा growth वाला, that line will become thicker. The more you will visit that thought, the more it will become thicker. And the day this string, like अगर आप देखें at this point in time, the string change और pain के दरमियान and the one between change and growth, there is a difference in terms of thickness. जब आप consciously एक चीज को बार बार करेंगे, तो then आपकी connections बनते जाएंगी, and that string will turn into a rope. And the day that string turns into a rope, that's the habit. Congratulations, you are there. It's just that it takes a conscious effort. अगर conscious effort नहीं होगी तो नहीं होगा. इसकी छोटी सी एग्जांपल वही जिम वाली है, जो लोग जिम पे भी जाते हैं, या जैसे मुझे याद है, आई एम श्योर आप सब लोगों ने भी सुना होगा, प्रैक्टिस मेक्स अ मैन परफेक्ट. For a very long time, I had an issue with this statement. Yeah, practice कैसे makes a man perfect. The neuroscience is simple. Practice means frequency. Practice means repetition. Practice means you're doing the same thing again and again and again. And you see, the beauty is this again, there are universal things. I mean, if you look at, देखिए अगर आप अपने वो जो भी चीज किसी को माइंड में बिठानी होती है, जैसे अगर हम कुरान की भी बात करें, इतनी रेपिटेशन है स्टोरीज की. And one wonders at times why? Because God knows कि जो उन्होंने मशीन बनाई है, ये चलती ही इसी तरह है. You have to keep repeating so the connections get stronger. And when these connections get stronger, you move from the manual part to the automatic part. And that is exactly what coaching is all about. Doing one thing or approaching one goal from all different angles so that you keep strengthening that cord or that string and turn it into a rope and make a new habit and make a new behavior. इसलिए जब अक्सर लोग मुझे कहते हैं ना, अच्छा जी आप एक दिन की कोचिंग कर दें, एक दिन की कोचिंग, let's not do that. Why waste time and why waste money? Because उससे कुछ भी नहीं होगा. There is one thing called knowledge, and there is another thing which is called learning. When we do trainings, I mean, I myself do that. These are knowledge sharing exercises. Coaching is a learning based exercise. Why? Because learning is when you internalize that knowledge, when it starts manifesting itself or reflecting itself or showing itself in your behavior or in your actions. So I hope I have explained that point. क्योंकि मेरे पास यहाँ पे जो आ भी रहे हैं, अनीता ने लिखा है, well said, without change there is no growth. Absolutely, ये एक यूनिवर्सल लॉ है. कंडीशनिंग ऑफ माइंड भी बात की है. सो एग्जैक्टली कंडीशनिंग ऑफ माइंड ही हम इसको कह सकते हैं, विद अ कॉन्शियस एफर्ट डाल के करेंगे, वरना नहीं होगा. अच्छा जी, तो ये तो हो गया व्हाट इज कोचिंग, हाउ इट इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम मेंटरिंग एंड काउंसलिंग, एंड देन वी टॉक्ड अबाउट द न्यूरोसाइंस ऑफ कोचिंग एज वेल, कि वो काम कैसे करती है. अब हम चलते हैं अपने लास्ट वाले क्वेश्चन पे. हम लास्ट 4-5 minutes रखेंगे for question answers as well. I'll read the comments then. So last is how. What is the process of coaching? इसकी क्या basics क्या है? Is it just two people sitting having a cup of tea and just listening? Because मुझे याद है मैं एक दफा the first I was talking to somebody, my coach, और उनके पहले session था. So he says कि मुझे mind. I said, okay, what is your perception of coaching? And it's like, I thought that there's going to be a couch or a sofa and I'll sit there and I'll just talk and I'll just share all my problems and you will give all solutions. It's not just talk. There is a structure involved in that as well. So let's just move on to the next slide and see how coaching works. Uska process जो है वो क्या है. So अगली slide पे जब हम आते हैं, देखें इसमें 5 चीजें. When we talk about coaching, there are 5 essential elements. The first one, self-directed. Self-directed means that you choose, you decide. Willingness has to come from you. Like, for example, a little while back, I gave this example that there is this coach and I want to go to Lahore from Karachi. So I sit in a coach, कि यहाँ से मुझे लाहौर ले जाए. You can't force me. If I don't want to go to Lahore, you cannot force me to sit in that coach. I mean, बिठा देंगे तो ज़बरदस्ती मैं किसी भी जगह पे उतर जाऊंगी. So when organizations usually approach and they say कि okay, XYZ की coaching कर दें, then the first thing which we do is to have a pre-coaching meeting. If I'm not willing to take an extra step or to stretch myself or to grow, then you cannot force me. So the first thing is the willingness. The other angle of self-directed is don't give suggestions, don't give solutions. Things which have worked for you may not work for the other person. So as a coach, what we do, we ask questions and we let the coachee set the agenda. यानी ट्रेनिंग में जब आप जाते हैं तो देयर इज अ कंप्लीट ट्रेनिंग प्लान जिसको हम लेके जा रहे हैं और हम उसके हिसाब से चलते हैं. आई विल गिव यू एन एग्जांपल. The other day, I think it was a fifth or sixth coaching session with one of my coaches, and we were supposed to talk about a certain goal and the actions attached to it. But when I went into the coaching session, there is an exercise which we do about clearing space. So I realized that the person wants to talk about something else. So the first thing which we do is context. Context, rakna ke ji, what do you want to achieve? So when I asked the coachee, okay, that what would you like to achieve in this 1 hour? He said something totally different because there was some issue he was facing in his personal life and he wanted to talk about that. As a coach, my job is to put my agenda aside and go with the coach. Why? Because देखिए एक glass भरा हुआ है. Now this glass, if it is totally full, there is no point putting more in it. So as a coach, it is important that I empty it first. And then you let the coachee drive it. Another example could be that there is a car and you are going for a long drive. स्टीयरिंग व्हील किसके पास है? $1,000,000 क्वेश्चन है. आप कमेंट पे भी डाल के यहाँ बता सकते हैं. कोची के पास है या कोच के पास है? Is कोची ड्राइविंग द कार और कोच ड्राइविंग द कार? It's the coach. So coachee. Coachee is behind the steering wheel. Coach is like a partner who's sitting on the passenger seat who keeps you engaged. That's what it is. So self-directed means the goals. I cannot tell. I mean, if I go into a coaching और मुझे कहा जाए कि फाकिया आप जो है ना, आपको चाहिए कि आपका एक goal जो होना चाहिए, that should be on time management. If I don't want to do that, you cannot force me. So, a lot of times, like it happens when we are coaching with different organizations, they will share their PDAs with us. They will share their, their plans and assessments and all that. So I would pick things out from that, but then we will always put it out to the coachee. There are these 5-6 different elements. What would you like to work on? अगर self-directed नहीं होगा, तो willingness नहीं होगी. देखिए इसकी सिंपल सी एग्जांपल है. खुद कुछ लेना हो या किसी जगह पे मेरा अपना इंटरेस्ट हो, तो मैं कुछ भी करने को तैयार. I will put in an effort. But if you will force me, then it will not happen. I think जो लोग यहाँ पे parents हैं, they can understand because I live with 2 teenagers. It's the same thing there as well, self-directed. दूसरी चीज जो इसके अंदर है, जो नेक्स्ट पॉइंट आता है self-directed के बाद, इसको उमर सर नेक्स्ट पॉइंट कर रहे हैं, solution focused. There are dramas or there are dreams. Either you can just sit down in a coaching session and talk about दुनिया ने आपके साथ क्या जुल्म किया, your boss victimizes you, your family is like this, दुनिया का मज़लूम तरीन इंसान आप हैं. The more you go into drama, there is no end to it. So what is it? It is not problem focused, it is solution focused. You discuss the problem, you understand the problem, but you don't dwell in the problem. You move towards the solution. That okay, Fakiha, इशू है जी आपका टाइम मैनेजमेंट का. और राइट, क्यों है, कितना है, उस पर हम बहुत नहीं जाएंगे, हम उसकी बेसिक्स निकालेंगे एंड देन वी विल मूव ऑन फ्रॉम देयर. दैट ओके, व्हाट डू यू वांट, आप चाहती क्या हैं या करना क्या चाहते हैं, उसके हिसाब से. द ब्यूटी ऑफ माइंड इज व्हेन इट स्टार्ट्स आस्किंग द राइट क्वेश्चंस एंड सॉल्यूशंस पे जाना शुरू करता है, तो सॉल्यूशंस स्टार्ट फ्लोटिंग. एग्जांपल, थिंक ऑफ अ पर्सन. कुछ लोग होते हैं ना जिनकी शक्ल ही पसंद नहीं होती, तो सोच लें, think of a person who you don't like. ठीक है, now you're gonna ask yourself another question. यार इस बंदे को मेरे साथ क्या मसला है? ठीक है, you just ask this question in your head and you will see there gonna be list of objections. Oh, that person is jealous of me, envious of me, ये है ही ऐसा. I think इसको मेरा मसला नहीं है, प्रॉब्लम इसका अपना खुद है. So all those things would come, which are the excuses. Now change this question. ठीक है ना? अब आप सोचें, आप कहते हैं कि यार how can I have a better relationship with this person? Just for a little while, dwell on it. Once you ask this question, how can I have a better relationship with this person? Now solutions would come to you. Okay, maybe I need to spend time with the person. Maybe I need to hear out the person. Maybe I need to check myself as well. How am I responding to that person as well? So, do you see the quality? When you ask the why and when you ask the how, the quality of the thoughts and input is different. So, in coaching, this is about solution. Uh, if a coachee comes and he or she says that I am very temperamental, and which has happened many times. And at times I say things, I have no control, no mouth, no filter. So, okay, now we will move towards what do you want? Okay, this is where the solution is. And then we talk about how are we going to get there? So, actions. So, very, very focused approach. It's a focused dialogue. The third thing which is very important in coaching is हमने self directed की बात की है, solution focused की बात की है. उमर third वाला point भी please इसके ऊपर ले आइएगा जरा. The third point is structure. Structure का मतलब क्या है कि it's not random, it's not haphazard. It works in a proper what should we say, in a proper structured manner. So there is session 1 and then there is session 9 or 12 or 7 depending on the relationship and all, या आपने कितना उसका रखना है. So सबसे पहले आप क्या करते हैं स्ट्रक्चर में, you define, you establish the willingness. There is nothing which can be done without establishing willingness. Coaching is a journey. You cannot force a person to go on a journey. So the first thing is to establish willingness. Second, establish goals. 1, 2, 3, not more than 3. More than 3 पे जाके गोल जो है वो गोली बन जाता है जिसका कोई फायदा नहीं होता. So 2 से 3 रखे so that focused effort के साथ उसके ऊपर चला जा सके. So goals, and then from second, third and fourth, बल्कि second session onwards, the goals will be followed by action steps. वो छोटी छोटी ईंटें जो आपको desired की तरफ लेके जाएंगी. The magic lies in these action steps. Because अगर वो action steps हो रहे होंगे तो काम होगा. Like I'll give you an example. एक साहब की very very senior executive of one organization, उनके साथ coaching का मेरा experience चल रहा था. Very competent, jolly, बहुत अच्छी personality. But the only issue with him was that कभी एंटेना घूमता था तो बुरी तरह घूम जाता था. Then he would say things which he would regret later. So we, the reflective pause करके एक tool है, हमने वो tool try किया. So second session में goal शुरू का बन गया था. Second और third session में हमने actions डालने शुरू किए और ये tool try करना शुरू किया. So I think it was around the third session and I asked him, I said, okay, how is it going? And he's like, oh, you made my life painful, uncomfortable. How do I do that? And we were like, okay, let's just keep doing. Let's just start taking small steps. Log करते हैं उसको. शुरू में अगर हम दिन में 3 दफा कर रहे हैं, we'll move to 4, 5 and eventually we'll pace it further. In the last session, I remember when we were doing the closing and all that, and when I was having discussion with him, and I think that was the best takeaway from that coaching session. And I asked him, okay, how about this? He said, I don't think about that anymore. It has become part of my system. Now when I'm talking, that reflective pause is there. So this is exactly that from manual, it turned into auto. But again, achievement kiski hai? Coaching. Because he is the person who is actually putting in that kind of effort. The coach's job is to encourage and just keep moving with him. So self-directed, solution-focused, structured. And then the next point is, fourth point पे अगर हम जाते हैं तो वो point है जनाब हमारा stretch. Fourth और fifth point दोनों साथ एक चलते हैं. उमेर दोनों points कर दीजिएगा बेशक. One is stretch and the other one is encourage. If you are into a coaching relationship and that coaching relationship does not urge you to stretch your boundaries, then it's a waste of time, let me tell you that. Because अगर stretch नहीं हो रहा तो फिर फायदा क्या है? फिर तो आप खुद ही कर लेते, कोच की जरूरत क्या था? तो stretch का मतलब है तकलीफ. Stretch का मतलब है जब मसल्स को stretch करते हैं ना तो it hurts, but then there is, वो कहते हैं ना, there is no gain, no pain, no gain. That's how it is. Muscles भी build कब होते हैं? जब पहले टूटते हैं. So stretch का होना बहुत जरूरी है. उमर, ये अगले 2 points please कर दें, stretch और encourage वाला. It should be realistic, but at the same time there should be an element of stretch. यानी कि वो चीज जहाँ पे उसको अपनी बाउंड्रीज जो है वो पुश करनी है. अगर वो बाउंड्रीज पुश नहीं कर रहा और आप कहते हो वो कोचिंग सेशन बड़ा मजे का चल रहा है, हमने सिर्फ चिट चैट की, आई थिंक वी आर अनफेयर टू द कोची देयर. सो स्ट्रेच होना जरूरी है. वो आप कहें कि वो जो उसको थोड़ी सी तकलीफ होगी, दैट्स एब्सोल्युटली फाइन. दैट इज वेयर द विलिंगनेस इज. अगर विलिंगनेस नहीं होगी तो स्ट्रेच नहीं होगा, स्ट्रेच नहीं होगा तो चेंज नहीं होगी, चेंज नहीं होगी तो ग्रोथ कहाँ से आएगी. दैट्स व्हाई इट्स इंपॉर्टेंट. एंड देन स्ट्रेच के साथ, अच्छा बच्चे, अगर यहाँ पे आई डोंट नो कितने पेरेंट्स यहाँ पे हैं, बट पेरेंट्स को भी इस चीज का आइडिया होगा. एंड आई यूजुअली गिव दिस एग्जांपल. यू नो टॉडलर, मेरे तो खैर बच्चे अब बड़े हो गए हैं, जो टॉडलर्स हैं, ये शुरू में जब बच्चा चलना शुरू करता है तो यू नो व्हाट ही डज, ही वुड टेक 1 स्टेप, सेकंड स्टेप एंड ढस नीचे करके गिर जाएगा, फिर खड़ा होगा, 1 स्टेप, 2 स्टेप और आहिस्ता आहिस्ता चलेगा. कभी किसी पेरेंट ने ऐसा किया है कि बच्चे को खड़ा किया है, उसको कहा है कि ओह कम ऑन बेबी, कम टुवर्ड्स मामा या बाबा, whosoever आई, और अगर बच्चा थोड़ा सा ट्राई करके गिर जाता है, have you ever gone and you know spanked him? तुम्हें समझ नहीं आती कैसे चलना है, कब से तुम्हें चलाने की कोशिश कर रहे. If we will reprimand at that time, the child would never walk. So this is where stretch के साथ जो एक चीज और बहुत जरूरी चलती है, encourage. Encourage का मतलब ये है कि आप उसको साथ साथ लेके चल रहे हैं. You can't leave him at that time or her at that time. And that is the job of the coach. Ki yes, a little more. Yes, it's gonna hurt. I am with you. But just keep seeing what the result is. Keep seeing what the goal is. And that's how it turns rewarding. अगर ये नहीं होगा तो आपको, अगर कोची को किसी किस्म का स्ट्रेच फील नहीं हुआ, ट्रस्ट मी, एज अ कोच वी आर नॉट फेयर टू हिम और इवन टू आवरसेल्व्स एज वेल. सो एनकरेजमेंट ये ह्यूमन साइकी है. Who doesn't like being encouraged? But at the same time, encouragement के साथ साथ push forward. If in 5, 6, 7, 8 sessions the person stands where he started from, then I think coach को चाहिए कि दुकान बंद करके कोई और काम शुरू कर दे, because उसका फायदा नहीं है अगर किसी किस्म की कोई improvement जो है वो नहीं हुई. यहाँ पे महरीन ने बात की है temperamental issues की. Yes, all these things can be addressed in coaching. But the first question is, I need to be aware. देखें, डॉक्टर के पास आप कब जाते हैं, ये क्वेश्चन मैं हमेशा पूछती हूँ, और यूजुअली मेरे पास जो जवाब आता है कि जी डॉक्टर के पास हम जाते हैं जब हम बीमार हैं. Not really. We go to a doctor when we accept the fact that yes, there is something wrong and I need to work on it. Otherwise, we keep lingering it on. So the same way, the acceptance is the willingness. It leads to willingness. वो होगी तो ये पांचों के पांचों steps जो हैं बिल्कुल clear हो जाएंगे. It's not just a chit chat session. It's a coaching session which is structured, which is focused, and which by the end of it you feel that okay, yes, this is the reward. I was here and now I have come here. That's it. So बड़ी simple सी इसकी ये how वाली चीज है. अच्छा जी, आखिरी 2-3 स्लाइड्स की तरफ भी हम यहाँ से लेके चलते हैं. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड है हमारी मैजिक. Magic, what, you know, when we talk about coaching, where is the magic? And the magic lies in 3 simple words. And that first word is, मैं तीनों वर्ड्स एक दफा ही, बेशक आप उसकी एनिमेशन में जो है तीनों को एक ही दफा कर दें तो I'll address that. जब हम मैजिक की बात करते हैं, सो पहली चीज जो आ जाती है, that is commitment. Without coach's commitment, it is not possible. मैड ये प्लीज जरा इसको एनिमेशन कर दीजिएगा ऑन. So the first word is commitment. Commitment is something which cannot be forced on anybody. ठीक है ना? और commitment आती कहाँ से है? Commitment आती है choice से. That you choose what you want to do. What I've seen with my children as well, we may have the most experience, we may want them to not fall and all that, लेकिन एंड ऑफ द डे उन्होंने अपनी चॉइसेस करनी है. इंडिविजुअल और ह्यूमन साइकी ये है कि जब तक आप चूज नहीं करेंगे आप ओन नहीं करेंगे. देखिए ना, अल्लाह ताला ने भी, वो एक बड़ा शेर है, नाहक हम मजबूरों पर ये तोहमत है मुख्तारी की, जो चाहे हैं सो आप किए, हमको अब बस बदनाम किया. एक तरफ कह देते हैं अल्लाह मियाँ के जी आपके पास चॉइस है, और साथ जो है फिर डेस्टिनी का कॉन्सेप्ट भी आ जाता है. So that's a long debate. But the thing is that there is a choice. There is always a choice. So first thing in coaching is having a pre-coaching session to establish the choice. Is the person willing or not? If the person is not willing, don't go into a relationship. It's not going to be fruitful for you and for the other person. The second magic का जो point इसमें जो magic लेके आता है, that is conscious effort. What does the word conscious effort mean? कॉन्शियस एफर्ट का मतलब ये है कि जब दिल नहीं भी कर रहा ना, और आपको, इट्स नॉट अबाउट डूइंग व्हाट आई वांट, इट्स अबाउट डूइंग व्हाट इज राइट एंड पुटिंग एन एफर्ट ओवर देयर कि हाँ ये करना है, ये जरूरी है, और इसलिए हमने इसको, मैं रोज वॉक पे जाऊंगा, या मैं ये रोज जो है ये रिफ्लेक्टिव पॉज जो है इसको ट्राई करूंगा, या आई विल थिंक बिफोर आई स्पीक, या लिसनिंग है, सो ओके आई एम गोइंग टू फर्स्ट लिसन बिफोर आई रिस्पॉन्ड. Manual, conscious effort. The more you put in effort, the more stronger that string will. So commitment की भी जगह जहाँ बात आती है, वो आपकी इन्हीं choice और conscious effort से निकल के आएगी. Commitment is a very fancy word. We use it left, right, and center. But this is a verb. It's an action. It is not to be talked about. It is something which you live, which you breathe. And that is what coaching is all about. अच्छा जी, यहाँ से आगे चलते हैं. अब हम कोचिंग जर्नी के ऊपर जो एक और स्लाइड, ये मुझे बड़ी पसंद भी है ये वाली स्लाइड. उसकी रीजन क्या है, मैं इसके साथ नीचे एक बार आएगी, वो बार भी प्लीज लगा दीजिएगा. When it comes to coaching sessions, एक तो it can never be a one session. One sessions होते हैं. Those sessions are known as dilemma coaching. Okay, I would go and I say, okay, I'm facing this issue and I want to find a solution for that particular issue. So, okay, it could be a one session only to find the solution for that particular issue. But if we talk about a behavioral change, if we talk about achieving our goals, if we talk about, moving towards a new destination, or changing our focus, or maybe, instilling, in ourselves new skill level, then it cannot be one day. Then it is a journey you embark on, which has series of sessions. It could be minimum, usually I believe, minimum 7 honge, 9 honge, 11 honge. Usually 3 months का एक process होता है. It can go to 6 months as well. Now the interesting part, यहाँ पे जो सबसे मजे की चीज देखने वाली है, वो ये है कि इनके दरमियान में कितना वो होना चाहिए ड्यूरेशन. अक्सर कंपनीज मुझे कहते हैं जी एक महीने में कर दें, एक दूसरे महीने में कर दें, भूल जाते हैं हम सारा कुछ. सो यूजुअली अब 10 to 15 days is the best period, or to distance these coaching sessions. एक के बाद 15 दिन के बाद दूसरा जरूर करें, so that it is active, so that we work on it and we keep adding those strings. अगर बहुत space out हो जाएगा तो खत्म हो जाएगा. And in the end, what is very very important is that अगर आप ये देखें इस बंदे को जाते हुए, goals are important, goals are like destination. लेकिन गोल के साथ जो चीज बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये नहीं कि अंधाधुन गोल की तरफ चले गए हैं, जर्नी को भी एंजॉय करिए. The coaching or any journey in your life, when you are achieving that goal, please enjoy the journey as well, because once you enjoy the journey, तो जो destination है वो जरा रहती उतनी है, लेकिन लगता ये है कि जरा जल्दी करीब आ गई है. अच्छा जी, यहाँ से हमारे पास एक आखिरी रह गया है मिनट, और उसके अंदर मेरा प्रॉब्लम है, मुझे स्टोरी सुनाने की बड़ी आदत है. आई स्टार्टेड विद द स्टोरी, आई एंड विद द स्टोरी. स्टोरी से पहले अगर आप ये देखें, ये जो एक पिक्चर यहाँ पे आपको नजर आ रही है, सुबह हम सारे माशाल्लाह खासी बुरी हालत में होते हैं जब अपने बेड से उठते हैं, बट फिर भी बड़े कॉन्फिडेंस से शीशे के सामने, मिरर के सामने जाके खड़े हो जाते हैं. I mean, I would never have this session without a lipstick and all that, but when I wake up, I go and stand in front of a mirror very confidently. Why? Two things. One, the mirror will show me the truth. मैं जाके कह दूं मुझे कैटरीना कैफ बना दो, वो कहेगा फाकिया इमरान कैटरीना कैफ तुम नहीं बन सकती हो, जो हो वही रहो, ठीक है. So I'll accept that. The other thing is my mirror will never go and tell others mirrors कि यार फाकिया तो सुबह इतनी भवनक लग रही होती है. Confidentiality, ये अपने पास रखता है, संभाल के रखता है. कोच की ब्यूटी क्या है? Because when a coach comes to you, even if it is professional, a lot of personal stuff comes out. This is a spiritual experience, I tell you. So confidentiality, it's like a chest, like, I mean, you keep throwing in the things and then you lock it. Confidentiality is the key. अगर वो confidentiality नहीं होगी, तो समझे कि आपने कुछ भी नहीं किया है. And that confidentiality is the factor which let the other person open up as well. So we are 1 minute up. I wanted to tell the closing story, but I think so हमारा time शायद जो है वो पूरे का पूरा खत्म हो गया है. People, thank you very much. I am very grateful to you for all these beautiful remarks and comments which you have over here. And I wish that soon we will get to ये COVID के period में से हम निकल आएंगे and I'll get to see you people as well. So thank you very much.
Don't miss this exciting opportunity to learn at Pakistan's first learning festival.
Do you understand the difference between disability and being differently able?
All about learning with fun.
Simply because this is for the first time we, the trainers, are paying for you to come and get trained. Jeete raho.
Be a change agent.
Learning is unlimited.
At LearnFest.
Turn yourself on.
Get ready for a series of highly engaging and powerful training sessions at LearnFest.
See you there.
Assalamu alaikum friends, this is Kaisar Abbas and I'm super excited to be part of this LearnFest 2020. I will be delivering a very special keynote session on the 14th of August, which is also Pakistan's Independence Day, and my session starts at 10:15 in the morning. My topic is something I'm very, very passionate about, something I've been developing for the past many years and trying and testing with many organizations around the globe. The topic is speed coaching. And this also is the title of my upcoming book. And the book's foreword has been written by the world's #1 executive coach, Dr. Marshall Goldsmith. I am extremely excited to be able to co-create a powerful learning experience with each one of you. And are you ready for it?
Assalamualaikum everyone, my name is Aisha Nawab and I'm a trainer and consultant with Carnelian, and I'm super excited to be engaging with all of you at the TRG Learn Fest from August 10th to August 15th. Please join me on day 5 where I'm going to talk a little bit about why diversity is important in these challenging times and how we can ensure that we eliminate our biases and welcome diversity with open arms. See you there.
Hello everyone, I am Shahzeb Ul Mulk from Pakistan Society for Training and Development, and I'm here to talk about LearnFest Digital 2020. PSTD is a learning partner with TRG for LearnFest 2020, and as its name suggests, it's going to be a festival for anyone who is passionate to learn. As always, PSTD is going to bring to you renowned experts from the industry for an exciting panel discussion and a debate. Our experts will be from the IT, banking and telecom industry, and as a bonus, we'll be having our experts from UAE talking about wellness in the corporate world. So what are you waiting for? Register yourself now and join us in this exciting festival. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. By now you must have already heard of the Trainers Resource Group Learning Festival Digital. मंडे से लेके सैटरडे तक पाकिस्तान भर के लिए और पाकिस्तान से बाहर के लोगों के लिए 100 से ज़्यादा मेरी इंडस्ट्री के ट्रेनर्स, कंसल्टेंट, स्पीकर्स, कोचेस और लर्निंग इनेबलर्स इकट्ठे हुए हैं जो बेशुमार लर्निंग सॉल्यूशंस ऑफर करते हैं ऑल ईयर राउंड They've been working for decades, tremendous experiences getting together. ये प्रोग्राम ज़रूरी है अगर आप HR में इंटरेस्ट रखते हैं, HR से ताल्लुक़ रखते हैं, L&D पोजीशन पे हैं किसी इदारे में, ट्रेनर्स पिक करते हैं अपने इदारे के लिए, अपने इदारे को किसी और लेवल पे लेके जाना चाहते हैं और सॉल्यूशंस की तलाश में हैं. अगर आप स्मॉल बिजनेस हैं, दिस इज़ अ फैंटास्टिक अपॉर्चुनिटी. इफ यू आर अ स्टूडेंट, आप अपने कैंपसेस पे गेस्ट स्पीकर्स बुलाते हैं, हमने सारे बुला लिए हैं, सारे इकट्ठे हैं. और अगर आप फुल इवेंट साइन अप करेंगे तो यू विल ऑल्सो हैव एक्सेस फॉर ऑल ईयर लॉन्ग. This is a brilliant opportunity. Take my word for it. Go to trg.org.pk right now and register. कल सुबह से शुरू होगा और बहुत अच्छे सेशंस ऐसे हैं जो एक्सक्लूसिव हैं, यानी सिर्फ साइन अप करने वालों को एक्सेस मिलेगा. 1 slice is free. 6 दिन के अंदर हम 17 स्लाइसेस कर रहे हैं, नाश्ता, लंच और रात का खाना लर्निंग के हवाले से. और आप उनमें से एक खाना फ्री, कोई भी जो चाहे एंजॉय कर सकते हैं जिस ट्रेनर का. डू साइन अप.
Hi, this is Anam Sethi, trainer at Activate, and I'm excited to join TRG's Learn Fest 2020. Now, a lot of my clients ask me, can digital engagements be just as fun and exciting as in-person engagements? And I tell them, at Activate we believe that digital engagements may be different, but they can be just as valuable as any other learning experience. Join me on my demo, LearnFest 2020. Register at trg.org.pk. I'll see you there.
Life is always on the move, but that doesn't mean your learning should stop. This is UTP, Omar Pirzada from UTP ka Utopia and Utopian Reality. I'll be speaking at TRG Learn Fest Digital 2020 next week on the 13th of August, day 4, from 3 p.m. to 3:45 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. I'll be talking about developing an agile mindset, which should help whoever attends think about how to lead in the future in uncertainty, in uncertain times. Things change really quickly, and we need to prepare ourselves to be good leaders to be able to deal with that. I'll introduce you to the Scaled Agile Framework, Leading Safe, and we'll speak about the 7 core competencies required for business agility. So register through their website, trg.org.pk. They've got great discounts going on, somebody told me. So I would highly recommend utilize them. This is a great time to develop yourself and prepare for whatever comes. And don't forget, stay safe, stay healthy.
Hi guys, this is Max Babri and I am wonderful. And I'll catch you all the wonderful people on the 9th, or is it on the 11th? On the 11th, it's Tuesday at 10:30 at the TRG Learn Fest. And you know, TRG is a remarkable organization, and I've known all the senior people in TRG for a very, very long time. And they're especially kind and positive towards me, invite me to everything. And I try to shy away and I say, no, I don't want to do it this time. I don't want to be there. But they unleashed Umair Jalianwala on me this time, and he's such a convincing person that I had no choice but to accept. And of course, I love a lot of people, and I love, the big boss and Kamran and Shireen and Fakiha and all these are my special friends, and I have great fraternity with it, and all the other people that are participating in this event. So I'll catch you on Tuesday at 10 p.m. at TRG, and I'll help you understand how wonderful you really are. And you are remarkable. Looking forward to see you guys. Take care.